name is Temitope Fakeye, and you're welcome to another episode of Mentor-ish. If it's your first time here, you're welcome. Please ensure to subscribe to this channel, share this video, and of course, we would like you to be a regular here. And if you are returning, thank you for tuning in. Today's discussion is based on a conversation I recently had with a friend, and honestly I know that this is going to be beneficial to a lot of persons, because I feel like this is a mistake that so many people have made at some point or another in their lives. And for those who are still very young, as you navigate your way through life, I feel like this would help you to be able to discern better and try not to make the mistakes that many people have made. And of course, life is always a learning curve, so there's really no manual to life, right? Or knowing these things can help you to be able to discern better. The topic for today is choose wisely the persons that come into your life. Honestly, as we go through life brings so many kinds of persons into our lives, right? But you have the deciding power to decide, okay, this person, I would want this person to continue in my journey, or I don't think this person is fine for me. I do not want this person in my life. So you have the sole control to determine those you want in your life and those you do not want. But as we know, sometimes these things get muddled up, and then you sometimes mistakenly, unintentionally, or maybe you're not just sensitive enough to see the red flags and the pointers to the persons that should be shown the way out of your life. So this friend I recently spoke with, right? We grew up together when we were growing up, although she had some wrong details in her life, but I'm very thankful that things are so much more better for her. She met some friends. She, at some point, she became a junkie. She started doing a lot of things that she's not proud of at the moment. But in all of this, what I'm most thankful about is that her life is taking a positive shape, a positive turnaround, and I'm so excited about that. And then I was talking to her and I was like, okay, what do you regret most? And she told me, I regret allowing some persons into my life. Like, I shouldn't have allowed some friends into my life. I shouldn't have allowed some individuals into my life. And when she began to explain to me, it made more sense. Now, these persons, when they come into your life, they don't exactly seem like, okay, I don't want to use the term devils, but they don't exactly seem like they're going to turn your life the opposite. They don't look that way. Sometimes they all come in a shiny package, and yes, I know that for anyone to be able to influence you, you probably already have a thing of that feeling or a thing of that desire. So you can't exactly be influenced to do what you do not want to do. However, one thing you also need to know is that whatever you are constantly surrounded by or with, at some point begins to seep into your subconscious, and then it begins to feel normal, right? So that's why the best thing to do is usually to flee at the appearance of evil, because when you maybe today for the first time you accept it, okay, you don't accept it initially. At the first instance, it might be shocking to you, right? But if you continue to stay, at some point, you begin to numb yourself to it, or your subconscious, your mind begins to become very numb to it before you get to that stage of acceptance. And then when you are at that phase of acceptance, and when you begin to find yourself doing what you swore that you were never going to do. So this is to say that you have to be careful of the persons that come into your life as you journey through life. Personally, in my 20s, there were some persons that I met, and honestly right now I feel like I wish this person never came into my life, because if these persons did not come into my life, I probably wouldn't have to deal with one or two things I had to deal with. It would have saved me the stress of going through some things. But then, of course, I like to think about the positive in every situation, because I feel like everything I went through prepared me for where I am right now and for where I am going to, right? But a part of me still feels like I didn't need to go through that. I did not have to experience some of those things. I did not have to feel some of those things. I did not have to bear some of those scars, right? If I had been able to discern those who should stay or those who should leave. Sometimes these persons who are not supposed to be in your life are even the most impressive ones, right? I mean, they keep enforcing their presence, trying to impress themselves on you. There's just this thing like the persons just keep trying and trying and trying and trying, really. They just keep trying. So I know that in some situations it can be very sticky, it can be very tough, but not everything is good for you. Now, it doesn't mean that these persons are bad persons, right? However, not everything that is seemingly good, or not everything that is good for you. What is good for A might not be good for B. So I think what is most important is know your values. Very important. List out your values. What are the things that you would not, you cannot accept? What are the things that, the values that you feel like, okay, this will be my own compass through life. But then listing your values is not enough, because the truth is, once you list your values, life is definitely going to bring some temptations, because it's going to test you, it's going to test your values. So this is where you have to remain true to yourself. This is where you have to remain strong and determined that you would stick to your values. Now, the beautiful thing about being older, I'm glad I can say that now. The beautiful thing about being older and being an adult is the experiences, right? When you're older, you have much more experiences, you have something to always refer to. So even if you're going through anything in life, you have something you can always look back on. And but of course, if you are younger and you don't have so many experiences, good for you. I mean, you have older people around you that you can learn from, so you do not have to make these mistakes that many people make. One thing I realized is, yes, if you find yourself in some sticky situations, because every action has its consequence, right? Every wrong decision has its consequence. Every wrong person you have, or you invite, or you allow access into your life, maybe because you succumbed, or you were gullible, or the person just ignited some kind of desire, or maybe hidden passion you always had in you and you never knew how to express, or maybe a hidden desire, like in the case of this my friend, for instance. Every wrong person you allow access into your life has its consequence. Coming out of whatever situation, yes, you can come out. Yes, you can turn your life around, you can have a better life. But dealing with those scars and all of that, it is hard. I mean, it is tough. It is difficult. It takes mental tenacity. It takes decision. It takes a whole lot of work that really I would prefer you save yourself from, right? I mean, sometimes there's some battles you fight in your life and you're like, I didn't have to go through this, right? If this did not happen, if I did not allow this set of persons into my life, right? If that makes any sense. So what I'm trying to say is, this is something we all have to do. Wherever, as you go on in life, as you meet people, be quick to discern those that you want to stay and those you do not want in your life. It doesn't matter if they come in shiny packages and they seem like they're all good and they just seem so attractive and exciting, or whatever it is they bring. That's the word. Not necessarily the person being attractive, but like whatever it is they come with. Don't be swayed or carried away by the attractiveness of it. And you know what? One thing I've realized is that God has placed a compass in everyone's life. The truth is, we always have that twinge, that feeling, that gut feeling that there's something not right. That's the truth. We always have that feeling that there's something not right with this person. But because we haven't seen anything, we don't have anything to lay our hands on, or we try to dismiss it and begin to give excuses like, oh no, it's just my mind, it's just my head, this person is this person is that. But your gut feeling usually always knows the truth. So sometimes you do not have to wait until you see proofs. So you don't have to wait till you actually have a proof, or you have something to hold to say, oh, okay, this person is not who they seem like they are, or is not what they project to be. Your gut feeling actually tells you who this person is. And I feel like, do not dismiss your gut feeling. Now, I'm not asking you to walk through life in fear, or being scared of every little thing and then following your gut feelings at all times. I'm just saying that your gut feelings, in most cases, it doesn't lie. So it's like this, I don't want to use the word spiritual, but let me just use it. It's like this spiritual antenna that just senses things that even you cannot sense. And do not dismiss that. Do not dismiss that. Once again, like I said, not everything that appears good is good for you. So it's important as you go through life, guard your space, guard your circle, be very careful of the kind of persons you allow into your life, so you do not get into sticky situations and then it takes you time, energy, hours, stress to come out of it, right? Be careful of those you allow into your life. So that's it for Mentor-ish today. I hope it was helpful. I hope you learned a thing or two. Please leave your comments in the comment section below, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye guys.